Hey guys, Andrew McFarland here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are happy and healthy, inspired to launch your juice bar or grow your existing business. Today we're talking about why you should not micromanage your business and why that's ruining your business. And you know who you are if you're a micromanager, and if you say things like, oh, if I need to get something done right, you got to do it yourself. If this is you, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to this video because this is ruining your business in ways that you can't imagine. But before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, you don't know who I am or what we do, over the last 10, 11 years, myself and our company has had the pleasure of supporting hundreds of entrepreneurs all over the world launch and scale successful juice bar concepts, smoothie bar concepts, acai businesses, smoothie trucks, juice trucks, you name it, as well as running our own concepts in this arena. All the information on this channel is coming from this wealth of experience. Early invitation, press the like button. If you press it now, I promise you, you will like the video more. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you get alerted when we release new content. Now, without further ado, because I know you guys have been waiting, let's dive in. All right, so let's just paint the picture really quickly. You are either a solopreneur, maybe you have some employees, you've got a storefront, maybe you're doing delivery online, whatever the case may be, you are in a situation where you're probably overworked. And if you don't have a business yet and this isn't you, just pay attention to this so that you don't fall into this trap. Okay, this is one of the quintessential biggest challenges that entrepreneurs have when they're just getting started and they're working on a small scale is they don't know how to delegate, they don't know how to train, they don't know how to be a leader. All they think is, I'm going to do everything myself if I need something to get done well. Where does this come from? This comes from insecurity, it comes from fear, right? And it comes from lack of maturity in being able to understand how to hire and delegate to the right people. So let's just dive in a little bit more deeply because that's really the overview of what we're going to talk about. So firstly, you might have a situation where you have fear of, let's say, quality control, right? You fear that if you let somebody else do something, they're going to make mistakes. And the truth is, they probably will. And there's ways to manage that, okay? Or you're in a situation where you just don't want to pay other people to do things because you think, hey, that's an expense. I remember I spoke to a friend about a year and a half ago, and she was talking about her business. She's got a sort of a digital kind of creative marketing business, and she's like a solopreneur. She doesn't have anybody working for her. And she's like, you have all these employees helping you. I don't know how you do that. I can't seem to stomach the expense. And I said, that's the first difference in the way that we think about things. I think about having people who help me and employees and part of my team as an investment. I don't think about it as an expense. Granted, you have to be smart about that, but I realize that having people support the vision is what allows the business to grow. Whereas our business is doing very well, her business is, not doing so great because she's limited in how much she can do as an individual. So first thing philosophically is understand that there are no major massive businesses that are just run by one person. There might be one that I came across, but it's 99.9% of the time impossible to do unless you're running some software business that doesn't require people. In a business that requires physical things, you need people to be able to help you. There's just no getting around it. So understand that that is going to be an art form in itself and takes a different kind of maturity, which a lot of people want to avoid. They don't want to have to confront the fact that they have to be a leader and they have to let go of things. They have to allow people to try things, make mistakes, so on and so forth. And I can speak for myself too. I remember very early on, if I saw an employee doing something that really they shouldn't be doing, let's say I was in my store, I would just want to cut them out of the picture and just jump in and fix the problem. But I realized that this is short-term thinking. You have to think long-term. And long-term, you have to build a relationship with employees who can support you in becoming really the entrepreneur and get you out of the place where you're functioning as a technician, believing you're an entrepreneur. Because if you're making products or you're managing the day-to-day operations of the business, you're not really the entrepreneur yet. You're only the entrepreneur when you step above both of those roles within a business and become the visionary who's leading everything forward, the person who manages the managers, right? That's who the entrepreneur is. So if you're doing the day-to-day things, trust me, you are limited. And this is the way I often think about it. This is kind of an analogy that I like to use. You are in your home and you spill a little wine on your carpet, okay? And you're just focused on that because you say, well, I have to clean up the wine. But behind you, your house is burning down. There's literally a fire that you don't see. And the reason that this is the case is because you don't see how much you're missing out on, how much opportunities you're losing out on, how much growth your business isn't having because you're not investing in people to help you. Now, how to do that well is a whole nother conversation in itself, right? how to train people well, how to hire people well. We have more information on this in our online course. But more than anything, there's a link down below, but more than anything, I wanted you guys to get to the point where you really understand how important it is not to micromanage your business. You're suffocating your business. It's like if I hold on to this cup too tight, I'm going to break it. Because the art of holding and managing and doing anything in life and in business is not too tight, not too loose. And a lot of you guys out there have to be honest with yourself that you're driven by fear, insecurity, and lack of ability to delegate and train other people effectively. So I pray that you see the bigger picture in your business. Don't find yourself micromanaging things to the point where you're not actually allowing yourself to grow. And always ask yourself, whenever you move into micromanagement moment or mind state, is this the most important thing I can do to grow my business right now? Because in some situations, you have to jump in. It's true. You can't just neglect everything and think things are going to go well, because that's the opposite business owner. The business owner who is just telling you like, hey, everybody, you figure it out, right? I don't know. You figure it out. I'm not going to do anything. There's people who exist on both ends of the spectrum. Don't be in any extreme either way. Find that balance in the center where you understand I have to think big picture, long term, get people into my business that are really going to help me support my vision. I can support them, train them up, and understand that it's about building those long-term relationships so that I can grow my business. So that's the message for today. If you guys need support with your company, reach out to me personally at Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. Don't wait. I was speaking to a client today who's transitioning into being a client, and she was saying, I watch your videos all the time, and I was, I wanted to make sure that before I made that mistake of doing things and ruining my business, that I just reached out. I'm a nice guy. I'll talk to you about where you're at, see how we can support you with your vision to make sure you get off on the right foot and you launch with the highest probability of success. Andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com. Otherwise, like the video if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram @StartAJuiceBar, and then lastly, we've got a podcast on Spotify and on iTunes, the Juice Bar Experts Podcast. Easy to find. Until next time, see you soon. Hope you guys have been enjoying the video content. If you're inspired to learn even more about how to start your juice business from scratch, for you, we have a free ebook. It's called the 15 Steps to Starting Your Juice Business. And this is going to go through a high-level overview, through a step-by-step process on how you get your business off the ground. Everything from, branding, menu development, finding the right location, and more. This is going to be a clear roadmap so you know how to go from where you are all the way to opening your store. If you want to go even deeper, we've also created an online course. It's called the Juice Bar Master Blueprint. This is going to go into great depth on everything from how do you put together and think about recipe development? How do you cost out your menu and what's the math around it? What equipment do you need? How do you design your store? How do you find the right location? And so much more. I know you're going to find a lot of value out of both of these. There's links in the description below. So I hope to see you guys at the next video, and enjoy.